Likewise, foreign policy was appallingly treated, especially by Hillary Clinton, who was the Secretary of State. You know, little arguments about no-fly zones do not represent a foreign policy for the next 6 years. Yes. They do not represent to our allies and our enemies where we're going to be and what we're prepared to do. There was no mention of South China Sea. There was a very cursory mention of the trade deals.
Well, I think Jim Webb tried to bring up the fact that, China
just didn't get footing,
that China needed to be spoken about with foreign policy, but unfortunately he himself did not feel that he got enough time to say anything.
But Jim Webb is a man who you always expect to be interesting, and he isn't. He's got a fabulous resume. He's a novelist. He's got a major Hollywood movie to his credit.
He has an interesting, very interesting background.
And he's been
basically
in the
an Appalachian
and a soldier. And yet he doesn't come across as interesting.
You keep thinking there's going to be somebody else.
You keep thinking you want to be on the train with him, talking to him, but maybe he's not the kind of, he's a man of action, not of words. He doesn't seem to be able to synthesize obviously deeply held feelings. There were little clues that he was different from the rest. His defense of coal, I'd like to have heard more about that, defense of nuclear
from
power.
Appalachia and nuclear power was, I thought, quite marked and quite...
Nobody got into it.
Nope.
It wasn't an issue. Everybody was going on and on and on about clean renewable energy, clean energy, and nobody, in my opinion, maybe you heard this, Ed, said how all this was going to be paid for, except by going after the rich.
Yeah, the politicians don't want to discuss how it will be paid for.
But I wanted to hear somebody giving me a vision, somebody saying, I believe I can lead the country into growth, which will give us the revenues to pay for the social programs we need, which I think we do need these social programs. But I think we need to have a path of growth to pay for them. Soaking the rich won't do it. This has been tried in Europe, and the rich just move to another country pretty fast.